Gentlemen, welcome to another riveting exploration into the world of the Sigma male, a realm where independence reigns supreme. Societal rules are merely suggestions, and the crowd becomes irrelevant. Let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why society seems to have an almost visceral reaction to people who choose to walk their own path? Why the world admires rebels and yet vilifies those who refuse to play by its rules quietly? Today, we're pulling back the curtain to expose why society hates Sigma males so much. Spoiler alert, it's not just envy, it's fear. Before we dive into these 10 game-changing reasons, gentlemen, I need you to do something powerful. Hit that subscribe button and join this community of independent thinkers. Smash the like button to let the world know you refuse to conform. Together, we'll unravel the secrets society doesn't want you to know. Let's jump in. Number 1. Sigmas defy the system, and the system can't handle it. Society thrives on one thing: predictability. Systems are designed to categorize people into neat little boxes. Worker bees, leaders, followers, rebels. Sigmas? They tear up the playbook and say, "I'll write my own rules, thanks." Take, for example, societal structures like the corporate world. Most people accept the grind, striving to climb a predefined ladder. A Sigma, however, looks at that ladder and thinks, "Why climb when I can build my own staircase?" This mindset disrupts the system, making Sigmas a threat to the very fabric of societal order. Psychologists like Dr. Jordan Peterson have spoken about how systems rely on conformity to function. Sigmas expose the fragility of these systems by demonstrating that success doesn't require playing by the same rules everyone else does. Gentlemen, defying the system isn't just rebellion, it's liberation. In liberation, that terrifies those who cling to the chains of tradition. Number 2, Sigmas refuse to worship authority. Authority figures rely on obedience to maintain power. Whether it's a boss, a government, or even societal norms, these structures assume people will follow blindly. Sigmas? They're not buying it. This doesn't mean Sigmas are anarchists. They're not against authority itself. They're against undeserved authority. A Sigma will respect a leader who earns their position through merit, but will question anyone demanding respect solely because of their title. For instance, think of historical figures like Nikola Tesla, the ultimate Sigma innovator. He refused to bow to corporate tycoons like Thomas Edison and instead pursued his own revolutionary ideas, changing the world in the process. Tesla's refusal to conform to authority didn't make him popular. It made him a target. Society hates this attitude because it's a reminder that power must be earned, not inherited. Number 3. Sigmas expose the flaws in the herd mentality. Let's face it, most of society operates on autopilot. People follow trends, mimic behaviors, and adopt beliefs without questioning their validity. Enter the Sigma male, who unapologetically lives outside this herd mentality. Picture a crowded room where everyone is nodding in agreement, and the Sigma calmly says, "Why?" This single question can unravel years of unexamined conformity. The herd isn't just annoyed, they're terrified. A modern example? Social media trends. While others scramble to go viral, a Sigma might use these platforms strategically, valuing substance over likes. Their approach often exposes how shallow trends can be, making others uncomfortable with their own superficiality. Number 4. Sigmas prioritize freedom over everything else. Freedom isn't just a concept to Sigmas, it's a non-negotiable. While the masses chase material success or social validation, Sigmas pursue a life untethered by unnecessary obligations. Imagine someone turning down a lucrative job offer because it compromises their independence. That's a Sigma move. Society hates this because it thrives on control, and you can't control someone who values freedom more than security. Psychologists often link freedom to self-actualization, the pinnacle of human achievement according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sigmas are living proof of this, which makes them role models to some and threats to others. Gentlemen, freedom is power, and power outside societal control? That's revolutionary. Number 5, Sigmas don't seek validation, and that's infuriating. Validation is the currency of modern society. Likes, shares, compliments, promotions. All are designed to keep people craving external approval. But Sigmas? They don't play this game. They find value within themselves. Take the example of Marcus Aurelius, the ancient Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. He famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This Sigma mindset is timeless. Sigmas don't need applause to feel accomplished. Their achievements are their own reward. This self-reliance makes them immune to manipulation. If you can't bait someone with validation, you can't control them, and that drives society insane. Number 6, Sigmas are silent threats. Unlike alpha personalities who dominate through loudness and presence, Sigmas are quiet storms. They observe, strategize, and act without unnecessary noise. This makes them incredibly effective and equally unnerving. In the animal kingdom, predators like lions roar to intimidate, but panthers hunt in silence. That's the Sigma in a nutshell. Their silent confidence leaves people guessing, which disrupts the social hierarchy. Imagine being in a room where everyone is boasting about their achievements, and the Sigma just smiles knowingly. That's power, and it's power society doesn't know how to handle. Number 7, Sigmas challenge traditional relationship norms. In relationships, society expects dependence, compromise, and sometimes even submission. Sigmas challenge this by valuing partnership without losing individuality. This doesn't mean Sigmas avoid relationships. They simply approach them differently. They prefer meaningful connections built on mutual respect rather than obligation. This mindset often inspires others to rethink their own unhealthy dynamics, which makes traditionalists uncomfortable. A Sigma in a relationship is like an architect building a bridge, strong, balanced, and enduring. Their independence strengthens their bonds rather than weakening them, proving that individuality and love can coexist. Number 8, Sigmas are masters of adaptation. Change is the only constant in life, yet most people resist it. Sigmas, on the other hand, thrive in chaos. Their adaptability makes them resilient, resourceful, and unshakable. Think of the digital revolution. While many struggled to adapt, Sigmas saw opportunities. They learn quickly, pivot when needed, and never let the fear of change hold them back. This ability to adapt makes them unstoppable, earning admiration from some and resentment from others. Gentlemen, being adaptable is a superpower in a world that fears uncertainty. Embrace it. Number 9, Sigmas reflect society's hypocrisy and hold up a mirror no one wants to look into. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Society is riddled with contradictions. It tells you to be yourself, but rewards conformity. It preaches freedom, but shames those who step off the beaten path. And who's bold enough to call it out? That's right, the Sigma male. Sigmas don't need to rally the troops or lead protests to expose these hypocrisies. Instead, their very existence is a silent critique. By choosing to live authentically and unapologetically, they force society to confront its own double standards. For example, think about the obsession with hustle culture. Society says, work hard and you'll be successful. But Sigmas understand that success isn't just about grinding. It's about working smart, playing by your own rules, and knowing when to say, "This isn't worth my energy." While others are burning out chasing someone else's dream, the Sigma is quietly thriving. This mindset aligns with the wisdom of thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson, who wrote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Sigmas embody this philosophy effortlessly. By refusing to bend to society's expectations, they highlight the ridiculousness of a world that demands authenticity but rewards imitation. Here's where it gets funny. Society will praise Sigmas for their individuality one moment and vilify them the next. Why? Because they're proof that you don't need to buy into the system to be fulfilled. That's like telling everyone the emperor has no clothes while the emperor is still on stage. Gentlemen, Sigmas don't just reflect society's hypocrisy, they magnify it. Their quiet defiance becomes a lens through which others start to see the cracks in the system. And that? It's both hilarious and terrifying for those invested in maintaining the status quo. Bonus point. Sigmas are living proof you don't need the crowd, and that's society's worst nightmare. Let's face it, society thrives on the idea that you can't make it alone. Teamwork makes the dream work, they say. No man is an island. But the Sigma male comes along, sipping his coffee, reading a book in solitude, and absolutely thriving. This independence shatters one of society's foundational myths, that your worth is tied to how well you fit into a group. Sigmas, however, don't just survive outside the herd. They excel. This isn't about being antisocial or aloof. It's about understanding that solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. Psychologist Carl Jung once noted, "Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you." Sigmas resonate deeply with this. They aren't lonely because they've built a world where their ideas, passions, and values thrive without needing constant validation. Take Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple. Wozniak famously said, "I didn't want to run a company. I just wanted to build cool things." While his extroverted counterpart, Steve Jobs, took the spotlight, Wozniak's Sigma-like independence fueled the innovation behind Apple's early success. This dynamic proves you don't need to be front and center to make an impact. You just need to master your craft. Here's the kicker. Society needs people to believe they're incomplete without the group. It's what keeps trends alive, social hierarchies intact, and industries booming. But Sigmas? They unplug from the matrix and show that you can write your own story. And nothing terrifies a system relying on conformity more than someone who's self-sufficient. Think about it. While everyone else is on a hamster wheel, chasing status and approval, the Sigma is sitting under a tree, sketching out a blueprint for his own utopia. The crowd might laugh at first, but when that blueprint becomes reality, they'll wonder why they didn't think of it sooner. Gentlemen, the Sigma doesn't need the crowd, and that's why society tries so hard to vilify them. They're living proof that the only person you truly need to impress is yourself. And isn't that the ultimate flex? Gentlemen, if you've made it this far, you now understand why society fears and hates Sigma males, but also why Sigmas are the ultimate outliers who inspire change. Remember, the very traits that make you different are the ones that make you powerful. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community of free thinkers. Together, we'll continue to challenge societal norms and live impactful lives. Having said this, stay bold, stay independent, and keep embodying the Sigma spirit. Until next time,